I'm Dr. Sara Austin. I am a neurologist in Austin. I'm the current chair of the Legislative Committee for the Texas Neurologic Society, and I wanted to do sort of a quick update, although it may not be that quick, because we've had a lot going on, about the last legislative session. As you guys probably have figured out, Texas had its 88th legislative session. It ended on Memorial Day a few days ago. There's been a quick special session since then. It's been a banner year for neurology. We've had a couple of issues and bills that we have personally pushed, and we've learned a lot and made some progress, which is really exciting because there's not that many of us. And the fact that we can influence legislation is pretty fun. And there's also some other stuff that has gone on. I have to tell you, I'm not a very good video person, and so if I lose my words or quit talking, I will catch up. I have no idea how to edit a video either, and so you're kind of stuck with this. We have the pleasure of working with our own lobbyist. His name is Tom Holloway, and he works for Cross Oak Group. It's been a very beneficial relationship to both of us, I think. It's been very nice working with Tom, and he's really pushed our agenda forward in a way that we could not have done without him. We also work very closely with the Texas Medical Association. Their head lobbyist is Clayton Stewart, and Clayton also has done a great job for us. I want to start with saying we had a very successful first Neurologist Tuesdays at the Capitol in April. We probably had 8 neurologists there. We have some of our own bills that we talked about and educated staffers and members alike about, and that was really helpful. I think we will continue to do that, and we hope that in 2 years, when they have the 89th legislative session, that more neurologists can join us. We are setting ourselves up that if people have issues that they would like to see bills passed in the Texas legislature, if we can help do that, we would like to help do that. And so if you guys have ideas about things that you're interested in, you need to start letting us know. It's never too early to start working on things like that. We actually proposed a bill, got it introduced, and it passed, and it signed the governor's desk. It's signed by the governor a couple of days ago. It's the School Seizure Action Plan, or SB 1506. So it asks HHS to make a standardized form for children with seizures to give to their school. It's a requirement now, a law, that the school has to have a seizure action plan, and we want to standardize the form so that for all of us it'll be a little more easier to fill out and also more uniform, which I think will have more useful information. So that bill was carried by Senator Brian Hughes in Mineola and Representative Travis Clardy from Nacogdoches, and it was a TNS priority, and it passed, and that's pretty exciting. Some of you might have heard there was an initiative by Representative Symphonia Thompson. Her name is Miss T. She's been around for a long time. She is trying to get the Brain Institute of Texas passed. It actually had a low bill number, House Bill 15, which means that the speaker pulled it up specifically because he was interested in it. It did pass the House with overwhelming support. It would create an institute with funding by the state of Texas in the billions of dollars to do neurological research. Unfortunately, it never got very far in the Senate. This is the second session that we've tried this. There's a whole coalition of people who are very much for it. I'm hoping that in the next session we might get more support and it might actually pass. But the Texas Neurological Society was a very big advocate for this bill. It would be great for us and great for Texas, but unfortunately it did not go this year. We had another bill that was our bill. It felt like it was for mobile stroke units. As many of you know, Dr. James Grata down in Houston has started putting these on the roadways, and it does take a considerable initial investment to actually buy the stroke unit. We were trying to get that funded either with its own bill or through the budget process, and we didn't make it this year. I think in 2025 it'll be another push to try to get that funded. It's the bill would actually give seed money so that you can actually buy the ambulance that's outfitted with the CT scanner and all of that, and then anyway, put that to use. So So we're sad that that did not go through. It was really interesting talking to everybody about it. I think we got a considerable amount of interest, but unfortunately that did not pass. Expansion of medical cannabis. Let's see. It received broad bipartisan support in the Texas House before heading to the Senate, where Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick squashed it. No vote on that, so that also did not pass. It was a bill by Stephanie Click to try to expand the use of medical cannabis to chronic pain. So that will not see the light of day for the next 2 years, and I'm sure it will come up again in the future. Those of you who work with the House of Medicine know that expansion of scope is always an issue. Nurse practitioners, podiatrists, chiropractors trying to expand their scope. We had a very successful year this year. The TMA really carries the water for this one, and scope was not expanded, which we think is a good thing. I do want to say that we have a $33 billion surplus right now in the state of Texas. I'm sure that won't last. It would be rare for it to be present for more than a session or two, but this session there is a lot of extra money, and in spite of that, there has been no increase in the average Medicaid rates that are paid. It looks like that they are going to expand pregnant women or postpartum women's access to Medicaid for at least a year. I think it used to be 3 months, so that is beneficial to our state. And they also, for the pediatric neurologists out there, they also did increase the Medicaid payments for people underneath the age of 20. And so, but the regular Medicaid rates have not changed, which is very disappointing. And of course, Medicaid expansion did not occur. I know that you guys have been paying attention to the news, but there's a huge argument over property taxes, which is very interesting to watch. I do think that the governor and the speaker and the lieutenant governor all want to return some of the extra money in the budget back to the property owners of Texas. So it's always fun watching that. Every legislative session is swashbuckling. It seems like they don't do anything for the first 3 or 4 months, and then all of a sudden in 2 months it goes crazy, which is the same thing that happened this year. And something always happens that you don't expect. So I guess we should expect the unexpected. I did want to shout out to Dan Freeman and Dr. Gary Clark, who testified for the Senate for the seizure bill, action plan bill. They both of them spent a lot of time in the Capitol and gave very persuasive testimony, which we appreciate. So that's the end of this update. Hope we see you guys at the TNS Summer Conference down in San Antonio in July. Bye-bye.